discussing Trump's third presidency. He said there's multiple ways he can run for president again, only because people have been begging him to. But I'm going to be honest. Trump. But more than that, I love Elon Musk is my number one. My number two is RFK Jr., Bobby Kennedy. I love that man. And then my third goes Trump. Trump is not my top man, unfortunately, anymore. But I do love him as president. I think he's one of, if not the greatest American president in history. But I do think that there's better people in the government at this moment. Now, will Trump run for another presidency? Probably just bullshitting people to piss him off a little bit because, like, that kind of pisses liberals off when he says he's going to run for a third term. Now, that is kind of considered unconstitutional, this and that and such not. I don't know the whole details of the democracy of the United States, even though I'm a U.S. citizen and I grew up there. I don't understand every dynamics of the law and the court systems, and it's a really hard structure to understand. But at the moment, let's see if anyone will join. Welcome into the live stream. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new here. I'm trying to grow my second channel, Travel and Trash Talk. I'm live on both of my channels right now. But I'm specifically trying to grow the Travel and Trash Talk. I do travel content and travel videos. I recently moved here to Montenegro from Barcelona, Spain. Hello, everybody joining in. Welcome to the live stream. Just discussing if Trump's going to run for a third term. I don't believe so. I think it's more or less a joke, but who knows if he's actually going to do it or not. The man would be 80-something years old at that point. He would be older than Biden. But it's not all about age. It's about cognitive ability, intelligence, and experience helps that. But personally, I believe 2028 should be J.D. Vance. I won't lie, I don't think he's liked as much as Trump for whatever reason, but I do love the man, and I love that he shoots guns, and he's an ex-Marine of the United States of America. He supports our troops more than any vice president, really, I think, in history, in recent years at least. But I do think it is kind of unconstitutional, and I don't really agree with Trump saying that he's going to run for a third term, even though I am a Trump supporter. But more than that, I'm an Elon Musk supporter. I'm a J.D. Vance supporter. Elon Musk has changed my life through investing in Tesla stock. When I invested in Tesla in 2018, everyone was doubting me, everyone was hating on me. And luckily enough, that made me a small fortune investing with Elon Musk. And that just shows you a person with barely any money can invest in Tesla and change their life. If that isn't motivation to capitalists and capitalism, then I don't know what is. Like I tell everyone, they can start in the stock market with $50. But yeah, investing with Elon, investing in Tesla pretty much changed my life. I started investing in it around 2017, 2018. And I don't support everything Elon Musk does. I don't support everything Trump does. But I will say investing in Tesla stock has changed my life. And once again, I believe in 2025 is a critical year to buy Tesla stock. Now, there's a chance to lose money and everything like that. I'm not pouring my rent money into it, as you say. What do you guys think about Trump trying to run again for another election? Honestly, personally, I think he'll be too old, and I also kind of think that it's unconstitutional that he wants to run for president again. But that's just kind of my own personal opinion. Taking off my sweatshirt. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Elon Musk is a good man in my eyes. He's never done anything corrupt. Many people have been hating on him for his recent thing in Wisconsin about paying for votes. You can find a million examples of supposedly paying for votes. He's never told anyone specifically who to vote for, and he's never told anyone specifically this or that. And the Attorney General in Wisconsin has not charged Elon Musk with any criminality because, unfortunately for the Democrats, his tweets didn't give any specific details on who to vote for or anything like that. It discussed a petition. Many Democrats want to speculate what this petition said. They want to say, oh, it said this or it said that. Well, there's no real evidence behind anything that they're saying because the petition isn't public information. No one has seen the petition publicly. But now the whole thing with him giving away the money was for basically anyone that voted for the Supreme Court in the Supreme Court recent election. And it wasn't detailed on who to vote for specifically, but he did say the money would be given out to anyone against radical activist judges. I don't think he used the word radical even. I think he just used the word the other word, activist judges. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I'm open to all political beliefs, all political whatever. I can disagree. I can agree to disagree with pretty much anybody. I'm always open to political discussions, but mostly this channel is to talk about travel and about the world, global politics. And yeah, I like to travel around Europe specifically is one of my main places at this point in my life where I like to travel. In the coming years, I look to travel to Southwest Asia, China, Thailand, China, no, here's my list. Thailand, China, Taiwan, where else? Philippines, Vietnam has always been on my list. I honestly might put Vietnam above Philippines. Sorry to any of my Filipino viewers or Filipino friends watching, but it's the truth. But obviously Vietnam is a little bit stricter government, a stricter country than a lot of other countries. But China can be a little bit stricter too, but I'm not trying to push any agenda. China is a wonderful place. I'd love to go there, to Beijing, to see the Great Wall of China, to see all over China, to go to multiple different cities. I'm a United States citizen. I'm living abroad. I'm living in Montenegro. I lived in Spain for almost 2 years. But yeah, hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I'm always open to different discussions. If you guys haven't seen the new Snow White trailer, that thing is hilarious. Some of my subscribers and followers kind of put me on to that today. And I really appreciate them for that because that stuff was hilarious. But yeah, I'm pretty much here to talk about all kinds of different things, political stuff, political statements, travel content. I know a lot of people were talking about tariffs and stuff like that, and I say, why would Europe, even though I'm living in Europe, why does Europe put more tariffs on American cars here than we put on their cars in America? Trump is about to change that, guys. We're only 2 days away from Trump changing the tariff game. He said he's going to equalize every single country. And unfortunately, the China and Europe, that's going to harm them short term. But fortunately to America, that's going to benefit us long term. We've been suffering for a long time, especially in business. We've been suffering, I would say, for the last 20 to 60 years. We've been taking horrible business deals because of incompetent leaders in American politics. It's an unfortunate truth, but it is the truth. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about tariffs. I'll start a poll in here because I would love to hear if you guys love tariffs, if you hate tariffs. Hey, Twixie. How are you doing, man? You're on another account. I'm live both of my channels, but this one is the one with the views right now. Thank you for joining, man. I'm just talking about tariffs. I want to know how everyone feels. How does everyone feel about American tariffs? Now, I don't think it'll affect a lot of countries. But like, I don't think it'll affect a lot of countries like Serbia and stuff like that because they don't really export or they don't do much unfair business trade with America. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I'm trying to grow the channel too. If you can subscribe with your second account, that would be much helped, man. Everyone can subscribe. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers on this channel. And on my second channel, I'm just trying to get to 100 subscribers. But I actually want to get to 500 subscribers there. So if everyone, even if you got multiple accounts, if you can go subscribe there, that's much appreciated. If you're wondering what this is just my drone. I'm going to use this box to hold the cameras up in a minute so I can show you some clips of the USA and stuff like that and some of the news going on there. But yeah, the world is an interesting place right now. We got lots of protests in Turkey. We got protests in Serbia. We got main thing that's going on right now is a lot of political opposition has been banned. The political opposition in multiple countries has been banned, such as in Turkey, such as in many other countries. They try to ban Donald Trump as a political opponent. They try to put him in jail. So none of this stuff is really new. It all kind of started with Trump, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. A lot of Romania has banned their political opposition, so they can't run. The democracy is kind of falling apart around the world. Many people will blame Trump. Many people will say this or that. But if we're honest and fair, they were the ones that tried to ban Trump and put the man in jail. So, if anything, that's kind of similar to what's happening in Romania and in Turkey and many of these other countries. How's your day going, Twixie? How's your day going? Now, many people will call Elon a Nazi and stuff like that, but at the same time, they won't rebuke actual Nazi supporters like Kanye West and other people like that. But if Elon was a Nazi, why would he be supporting so many Jewish businessmen, and why would he be supporting the Prime Minister of Israel? That makes no sense. How is Elon Musk a Nazi supporting so many Jewish businessmen, supporting so many people from Israel like Netanyahu, that's the Prime Minister of Israel? He's friends with Israel. The only thing that you can criticize this man is if you support Hamas and Palestine. That's the only way you can criticize this man legitimately. He doesn't want to cut your Social Security. He doesn't want to cut your Social Security money or Medicare. He only wants to cut the fraud. He said he's going to cut all the Social Security. And if you don't know what Social Security is, it's kind of like the pension funds for the United States. But we have pensions too. But it's kind of like the pensions for the people without the pensions. That's what Social Security is in the United States. If you're coming from outside the country and you don't understand what it is, that's pretty much what it is. Elon Musk will take all the savings and give more people money for Social Security, possibly, if he can get rid of enough waste. Millions of dead people are collecting fraudulently money. Obviously, the people that are collecting it aren't dead, but the Social Security numbers that they're using are dead people's Social Security numbers and identity numbers and names and such. I need everyone to subscribe to this channel, that way we can reach our goal. Unfortunately, we were recently monetized for one single day on the Euro and Travel channel. We made literally one single penny, and all because I posted a TikTok from Donald Trump's page. I lost my monetization. I guess that's my foolishness for thinking I can post freedom of speech here. Now, I will say YouTube has gotten a little bit better from last year. At least they approved my monetization, but I can understand why you're not allowed to use TikToks from Trump's account. Reused content, I guess, even though I did do some slight edits and commentary on it, I guess it wasn't acceptable. So please explain to me how tariffs are bad, etc., etc. Should we just let Europe tariff American automakers 20, 50, 60%, whatever the tariffs are they want to put on American cars, while in America we let European cars come over? The most we tariff them currently is 1, 2, 3%. Does that seem like a fair trade agreement to you? If the person that commented no tariffs are bad could explain themselves, it would be much appreciated. But I do understand a lot of Democrats have trouble articulating themselves correctly and defending themselves against me, because I have a lot of valid points and I'm very educated on this topic. So I can understand why a lot of them don't want to speak up. I can absolutely understand. If we have a different opinion, it's okay as well. I just love to hear from people in the comments section, stuff like that. But let's check out Trump's recent anger with Putin.
Has yet to agree to
Let me set up the camera and I'll show you some videos and we'll react to them. Now, I know a lot of people from all over the world are pro-Trump from different countries. I know a lot of people hate tariffs because they're not United States citizens and it'll negatively affect their country. Yes, I'm in Europe and I'm living in Montenegro, but even with this in consideration, I'm an American nationalist. I take American first, even though I'm living outside of the country. It doesn't mean I have any hatred towards it or anything like that. In fact, I think we're back in some of the golden years of America.
a full ceasefire.
But I don't agree with everything Trump does or everything Trump says.
Fresh from a game of golf with Donald Trump, Finland's president
Told Sky News that US President Donald Trump is feeling a mixture of impatience and frustration with Vladimir Putin. Mr. Trump has been negotiating with Russia on a peace deal with Ukraine, but the Kremlin has yet to agree to a full ceasefire.
Fresh from a game of golf with Donald Trump, Finland's president in Downing Street.
Shout out
with news of
Finland.
a swing the US president's mood over Vladimir Putin. It was during a round together over the weekend, he says, that President Trump shared his feelings about the Russian leader and his attitude to peace in Ukraine.
Impatient, that's for sure. And, we were talking a lot about the ceasefire and the frustrations he had that Russia was not committing to it. If there was a pendulum of trust and distrust, certainly Russian activity in the past few weeks has proven that we're moving more towards the distrust side of things.
Alexander Stubb has Donald Trump's ear, but he's a hawk on Russia and had this advice, he said, in between the teeing off and putting.
I would be very distrustful, and my message to President Trump when he asked, can I trust Putin, was, no, you can't.
What did he say in return?
Well, we'll leave those things out on the golf course.
Sure, but do you think, are you getting the impression from him he's re-evaluating at least the Russian leader?
I'm getting the impression that he's analyzing the situation.
Allies like Keir Starmer, who President Stubb is here to visit, will welcome a firmer line from Donald Trump on Russia. But will it make a difference? The US president was sounding irritated last night about Putin.
Some of the things that were said over the last day or two having to do with Zelensky, because he considers Zelensky not credible. He's supposed to be making a deal with him, whether you like it or you don't like it. So I wasn't happy with that.
President Stubb hopes Donald Trump will now act and put pressure on Vladimir Putin.
I think we need a colossal amount of sanctions on the 20th of April if the Russians don't abide by the ceasefire.
And are you confident that President Trump is going to apply that colossal pressure?
I am fairly confident that he will do that.
Hopeful or confident? Is it going to happen?
More confident than hopeful.
Is there anything left that can be thrown at Putin that will make him change?
Well, there are many things that are left. I mean, Americans are talking about oil prices, serious caps on oil. The Russian economy is hurting, and that's why we need to continue the pressure. And we can make the sanctions conditional, at least in the sense that if there's no ceasefire, we increase the pressure.
While Presidents Trump and Stu were playing golf over the weekend, Vladimir Putin was sending yet more drones to attack Ukraine. He's met diplomacy with delaying tactics. It'll take a lot more than reports of Donald Trump having a change of heart to force him to agree to a ceasefire.
Interesting. 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 Guys, we can't survive without getting Greenland and Canada.
More on that in just a moment. Thank you for that.
Now let's listen to this about Trump's third supposed term. I don't agree with Trump saying he's going to run again. That's crazy, but
Elon Musk is a government
this president's homeland
Oh
security,
shit,
national
man, the
security
audio.
team.
Damn
These
it.
are
I was wondering
violent
why
criminals
everyone
who
was
are being
leaving.
removed from the interior of our country every single day. As I mentioned, the president is focused on reshifting the unfair trade practices of the past already. He's already slashed many burdensome regulations that were
That's a
holding back our
sad
energy
story.
industry. And
Thank
he's
you, I.
signed more
Thank you.
executive orders
But you
than
already
any
left.
president ever in this same period of time. So it's been a very, very successful couple of months, and the president will continue to forge ahead to deliver on all of the promises he made to the American people on the campaign trail.
Caroline, we look forward to your next press briefing, often carried right here live in America. The president's handling of the economy is at 43%. And in that same polling, we asked about the most important issue facing the country today. And top of the list is inflation. And the economy is number 2, and jobs. Those are first and second as it goes down to political division and preservation of democracy. Is the president doing enough to answer the needs and demands of the American voter when it comes to the economy and lowering prices?
The president and his economic team are working on this effort every single day. And the president is not only trying to fix the mess created by the previous administration's incompetence and reckless spending, he is trying to fix decades of unfair trade practices that have ripped our country off, that have sent jobs overseas, and that have forced millions of Americans out of their jobs. And so the president, through trade and tariffs, is going to ensure, again, the American worker is put first. He's also focused on extending his tax cuts and putting more money back into the pockets of hardworking Americans by ending taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. And we need Congress to get that done. And he's also driving down inflation. Inflation is cooling. Gas prices are cooling because of the incoming Trump energy boom that this administration is focused on ensuring. And so every day we're taking steps by rolling back regulations, which is saving the American people millions of dollars as well.
So as you know, Caroline, the president a couple of times over the last few days has floated this idea of a third term, which the 22nd Amendment doesn't allow, but he's certainly talking about it. He talked to NBC News about it, and then he was asked about it on Air Force One on the way back from Mar-a-Lago last night. Listen here.
I don't want to talk about a third term now because no matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But despite that, so many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job we do. Most importantly, they love the job we do.
Now, of course, the 22nd Amendment was passed in the wake of 4 terms of Franklin Roosevelt's presidency. It was Republicans who pushed it in the first place, saying that'll never happen again. It took just over 3 years to pass and ratify that amendment. So if the president hopes to change it, it would seem to me time is running out already.
It's funny to me that journalists ask the president this question, he gives an honest and candid answer, and then they spiral about his answer. He was asked this, and you heard him, and he's right. People love the job this president is doing. And as he said, we are focused on this term. We have 4 more years to go, and look at what the president has done in more than 60 days. We have completely secured our southern border. We have launched a very effective mass deportation campaign just last night. We had another 17 terrorists leave our country back to El Salvador, thanks to the great work of this president's Homeland Security and National Security team. These are violent criminals who are being removed from the interior of our country every single day. As I mentioned, the president is focused on reshifting the unfair trade practices of the past already. He's already slashed many burdensome regulations that were holding back our energy industry, and he's signed more executive orders than any president ever in this same period of time. So it's been a very, very successful couple of months, and the president will continue to forge ahead to deliver on all of the promises he made to the American people on the campaign trail.
Caroline, we look forward to your next press briefing, often carried right here live on America Reports, and thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks, Caroline.
I'll be out there tomorrow. Thank you, guys.
Excellent.
All right, we'll see you
Thank
then.
you.
Thanks.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McIntyre.
All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Tune in tomorrow night for the same thing, the same kind of live stream. And I love and appreciate everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good night.